good?
Yeah. All right.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Good Bad Wrestling No Holds Barred. This is the show where we dig up bad wrestling from the past, burn it, roast it, tear it apart, and then bury it again. I am your host, John.
And I'm Jack Brinks.
And you guys can follow along on the show. We're available wherever there's podcasts. If there's Ear Candy, there's Good Bad. You can also follow along on the socials. We're on Twitter, Good Bad NHB. We're on Instagram, Good Bad Wrestling. We're on Facebook, Good Bad Wrestling No Holds Barred. We're on YouTube. So if you're watching our big stupid faces on YouTube, hit that subscribe button down below. Leave us a comment. Leave us a thumbs up. I think those are supposed to be good. I think you want those. And then also, what we're going to do today is going to need a little interaction from you guys. So we're going to need some votes to tell us who won today's show.
I'm going to make a return to MySpace. Wait, is MySpace still a thing?
Yeah, are you in my top 5? So as we're recording today, it is one day before the 4th of July, America's birthday. It is summertime. There will not be fireworks because of the ongoing global situation. So I wanted to bring a little summer to the show. I've got my American flag shirt on. I brought my beautiful United States title. And
I don't even have your name on it.
And I thought we would compete for said title, which I have held ever since the 49ers beat the Rams in the second to last game of the season last year. Give you a chance to win it back via online voting for today's show. So what we're going to do is we're both going to pick a wrestling card based on wrestlers who played multiple characters. So for instance, Glacier and Coach Buzz. Same guy, two different gimmicks, wrestling against one another. We're going to call this the Face-Off Summer Blockbuster show.
Super box office smash hit movie, monkey movie.
We're not good at naming episodes. It's some sort of Summerfest. Summerfest. Face Off Summerfest.
Let's call it Summer Slam.
Are you trying to get us sued?
Yeah, you can have all $50 in my account.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back and forth. We're going to tell you our choices for a good opening match, a bad opening match, as it is the Good Bad show. We're going to go through a good tag team match, a bad tag team match, a good mid-card title match, a bad mid-card title match, and then we'll give you a good world championship match and a bad world championship match.
All right.
Rochambeau for who goes first?
How does Rochambeau
work? On 1, 2, 3, go. Scissors. Rocks. Yes. Okay.
You crashed me. Wait.
Okay, so starting out with the good opener. So this is a match that would actually be good, is the criteria here. I'm going with Owen Hart, the late, great Owen Hart, versus the Blue Blazer. The Blue Blazer gets a little bit of shit for being a hokey superhero comic kind of character, and it was also what, obviously brought Owen to his untimely demise, but he was a ton of fun to watch. I'm saying Owen Hart wins this one via the sharpshooter in a surprise classic.
All right. Man, I don't know if I'll have finishes and all that, but we'll do our best here. For a good opener, I don't care what people think. I'm going Chris Benoit versus Pegasus Kid.
That's a badass match.
Yeah. It's for an opener, it's going to be high paced. It's going to be exciting. It's going to start the fans off right. It's
going to be hard hitting. That's for goddamn
hard
sure.
hitting.
There's going to be some brutal chops in that match. Yeah. If you are on the younger side of our audience and you have never watched Chris Benoit stuff because WWE erased him from history, obviously we don't condone the actions that ended his life. That's a really weird tandem that we started off with.
Yeah.
But if you want to learn wrestling, if you want to see great in-ring work, if you want to see potentially the best bell-to-bell wrestler maybe ever, go watch some Chris Benoit stuff, and just try to mentally compartmentalize and put the other stuff to the side, because Pegasus Kid and Chris Benoit, there hasn't been a lot of people that did it better than him as far as professional wrestling goes.
And I'm going Benoit with the crippler crossface.
Of course, yeah.
I mean,
of course.
How else would that go?
Yeah. Okay, for my bad opener, I'm looking for bad character, and I'm looking for bad wrestler as much as possible to make this the worst match that it can be. There were a lot of good choices that I could have gone with, but I'm going WCW's Johnny B. Bad versus WWF's Mark Marrow. So for those of you that don't know, Mark Marrow was sort of a boxing character he introduced Sable, and mostly his character was about his dynamic with Sable. Think of Lana and Lashley. And then Johnny B. Bad was a character that he did before that in WCW, which was essentially Little Richard. Yeah, he was a really flamboyant,
makeup and
like not makeup like Sting, but makeup like a woman's makeup.
Yeah,
and
like foundation, and some blush.
Yeah, it was contouring. But the man, Mark Marrow, is a crap wrestler. He's no good. He doesn't have a single match under his belt that would be worth rewatching. So I'm gonna say Johnny B. Bad gonna win with his glitter gun.
All right.
His glitter cannon.
Well, you say that Mark Marrow doesn't have a good match ever.
I don't.
Which I'm calling BS. He had that one at that one show that was very exciting.
Right. Yeah, the one.
And Johnny B. Bad, I believe, had some matches in TNA. Or was he already gone by then?
It was deemed problematic by the time he got that was so blatantly not cool for him to be doing. So
anyway, Mark Marrow had some slobber knockers of matches. So that's a stupid pick. For my bad opener, I went with Kimchi versus Brooklyn Brawler, and tried to tell me a good match. First of all, Kimchi wrestled once. And do you remember that match?
Was it the Gimmick Battle Royal?
It was the Gimmick Battle Royal. And he lasted all but 3 seconds against Kamala.
So first of all, I just learned earlier today that Kimchi was the Brooklyn Brawler. So if you don't know, Kimchi that we're talking about is not the one from NWO Revenge.
Yeah, which I was a little confused on. I was like, man, he didn't look like Brooklyn Brawler.
But the one that was Kamala's handler.
Yeah.
Which again is pretty problematic. But Brooklyn Brawler was a paid jobber, though. He was supposed to.
Yeah, but tell me a good match.
He looked pretty good in that Gimmick Battle Royal. He looked strong.
He had good jeans.
Yeah. I think he paid a lot of money for the holes in those jeans.
I'm going. Kimchi couldn't beat Kamala, so I'm going Brooklyn Brawler with this one.
Brooklyn Brawler for the first win ever.
For the first win ever.
Wow, that's impressive. What's his finishing move? Does he even have a finishing move?
I have no clue.
Does he just smell bad at his opponent until they submit? Okay, now we're going to our tag matches. We're going to start off with the good tag match. I'm going. This might even be my best match, period. I'm going for my good tag match. I'm going the Outsiders versus Razor Ramon and Diesel.
Of course you are.
That requires no explanation. Got the NWO hat on. That is a fire match right there. As far as winners go, I'm going to say the Outsiders with outside interference. You got, X-Pac or Scott Steiner or somebody uses a baseball bat, and the bad guys win.
All right. I could see that. I mean, it's an okay match.
Okay.
If you guys don't know who Scott Hall and Kevin Nash are, it's hard to do some research. You might not find much on them. So they're an okay group.
They haven't accomplished a whole lot.
For my tag match, I went with the Dudley Boys versus Bubba and Reverend Devon.
Which Bubba? Bully?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know. Like they're. That's really good. I can't even talk shit. I can't even talk shit. That's really good.
Especially for big men.
Yeah.
Yeah. They could move. And Devon was I don't think Devon got the credit that he deserved as a worker.
He was actually he's the better worker, the better wrestler of the two. He's the less interesting character of the two. So, and Reverend Devon was, I mean, other than bringing Deacon Batista, into the wrestling, besides that, he didn't really accomplish a whole lot. All right, who wins?
I'm going Dudley Boys because I think they had they were more, well, they tagged.
Yeah, well, and also they're one of the best tag teams ever.
Yeah, so
I actually spent like 5 minutes the other day just on YouTube watching 3Ds. that's a badass tag finish. I couldn't remember what it was in my head. I remember that it was awesome, and then I was like, but what is it? And then I looked it up and I watched a bunch of them.
So here's one thing that you can say about them. They were such a good team. Tag teams nowadays can't use the 3D.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I'm sure legally, I don't mean legally, like
they can use one of a million other variations of the cutter in every APW match.
AEW.
What'd I say?
APW?
Yeah, AEW matches.
But nobody dares to use a 3D.
No, that's off limits.
Yeah.
That's off limits.
It's like the stunner used to be.
Bubba tweeted a funny story about, I think Ric Flair's birthday or some sort of day that celebrates Ric Flair, which seems to be about every other day these days. And he told this funny story where Ric Flair was in TNA and they were going to do a spot with a woman, Tessa or some woman, and Ric Flair told Bubba, I don't know if we should really be beating up women on TV. And Bubba goes, well, I kind of made a career out of it after I put Mae Young through a table. And Ric Flair goes, that was you? Shows you how much Rick's watching the biz. Okay, I'm going with my bad tag team match. I know you wanted this one, and I stole it from you because fuck you. I'm trying to keep my belt. I'm going the Natural Disasters, Earthquake and Tugboat versus the Shockmaster and the Shark. I'm going to add a stipulation to this match, too. It's taking place on a boat at sea.
The Titanic? You guys thought that there was an iceberg.
The finish to this match is, before the match even starts, Shockmaster's making his entrance. He trips over the ropes, falls down, and regular Tugboat hits the splash and gets the pin. And Earthquake and the Shark never even lift a finger. The Shark is distracted trying to explain that he's not a real shark.
I was just going to say, just so you guys know, he's not a shark. He's not a real shark. Like that's a good bad match. I mean, we've talked about them a lot,
and we will continue to talk about them.
I mean, it's not really creative, but you know, that's cool though.
You know, you wanted that.
God damn it. I decided to go with Boss Man and One Man Gang versus Akeem and Big Bubba Rogers.
That's an interesting one because you kind of did a swap there. You had the original team was Boss Man and Akeem, and then you did a switcheroo for One Man Gang.
Yeah, well, whatever the combo is.
Yeah, that's the way that it should go, honestly, because One Man Gang and Big Boss Man are rad. Akeem and Big Bubba Rogers are awful.
Well, I'm blaming you because you had it listed wrong.
No, I put it.
We came up with our list. So, well, you know,
who wins?
I'm going Big Boss Man.
Yeah,
and he's going Nightstick.
Oh,
distracting the ref
into the African Dream Akeem's throat.
I mean, it's either that or run in by the Rottweilers.
Al Snow and his Rottweilers. Have you seen the video? I forget if it's on WrestleBotch or one of the botch pages somewhere. There's a clip that comes up, and I see it a lot, where it's Akeem and Big Boss Man as a team, and they go to hit the ropes together, but Boss Man gets there just a split second first.
Oh, and he takes it?
He pushes the rope down so that when Akeem goes to hit the rope, there just isn't a rope, and he just falls flat on his back out of the ring.
Yes.
Like feet up in the air. Like as if there were no ropes there whatsoever, because this is when Bossman was at like his absolute fattest. So he hit the rope a full second before Akeem, and there's just nothing there when he gets there. He just falls flat on his back out of the ring.
So maybe that's the finish. Akeem falls out of the ring. Bossman gets distracted. All right.
Okay, I'm going to my good mid-card title, so I'm going to go for, we'll say the Intercontinental title, I guess. I'm going Cody, not Cody Rhodes, but Cody, modern-day Cody, versus Stardust. Now, the character Stardust is not good, but the man was always a good wrestler. Yeah. And the name 3-star Cody that he has is bullshit. It's not applicable. He's capable of a 4.5 every time he gets in the ring. Case in point, he just made Jack Swagger, Jake Hager, look like he can actually do something, and in my opinion, he can't. He's not that good. I'm going Cody versus Stardust. Cody goes over with the multiple crossroads because he gets all fired up and pissed off and hits it twice at the end. Gets the 1, 2, 3 clean.
That's a pretty good match.
Goddamn right it is.
Cody, not Cody Rhodes. He has evolved ridiculously.
Cody is what he tells you on TV that he is.
Yeah.
He goes on TV and he says he's going to cut a pace, and he does these fire promos where he sells you on a match that I know isn't good. I know that Cody versus Jake Hager isn't good, and he makes me want to watch it. And then it turns out
delivers.
It turns out serviceable or better. I'm a big Cody fan.
So,
also can't let this slide. Did you see his shirt on Fyter Fest?
I did. I didn't pay attention to it.
He's wearing a shirt that says American Nightmare Cody.
Yeah.
And it's in the exact logo and font of the Great American Bash. The OG Great American Bash, like #1, which his dad came up with.
The NXT just did.
And he's wearing it while the NXT Great American Bash is happening. And I was like, that is one of the greatest flexes in wrestling history.
Can we just not talk about the fact that the Great American Bash was an NXT Wednesday show?
It's literally some cars and red, white, and blue ropes. Listen, you can't just drape yourself in red, white, and blue and all of a sudden become interesting. It's not a thing.
Jesus. All right. Well, my mid-card title match is going to be which title I want to go. He sold lots of titles, so I think I'm going to go Intercontinental title. Is going to be Big Red Machine versus Fake Diesel.
Are you on good or bad?
For good.
Okay.
For good. My good mid-card title match. Big Red Machine and Diesel.
Fake Diesel.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I don't remember whether or not his work under Fake Diesel was watchable. I don't think it really matters because the character of Fake Diesel was offensive. Like what the
yes.
It was like they thought we were gonna receive that well, and then when we didn't, they made JR their heel manager. Like, so that's all I remember about it.
But I'm just going the work rate of
super worker Glenn Jacobs.
Yeah. Because Big Red Machine and Diesel were like peanut butter and jelly. Like they were one right after the other. Big Red Machine Kane is so underrated.
His first, I don't know, maybe 5-6 years of being the Big Red Machine is best big man stuff.
Yeah.
Like his I watched, we were reviewing something for a bad pay-per-view or something. We ended up not doing it, but I watched this hardcore match with Big Show, Raven, and Kane. And it was at a WrestleMania, and they ended up going backstage, and it was legitimately one of the best hardcore matches I think I've ever seen, and it was mostly because of Kane.
Yeah,
it was really, really good. So
that's my sleeper.
Okay,
for a good mid card title.
Okay, well, I'm about to lock up this win and keep my United States title with my bad mid card title match. Right. So I'm breaking the rules here a little bit because that's what I do, and I'm doing a 4-way match. This is one man who has 4 bad gimmicks that it can all be in one match. And that one man is Zodiac versus Brutus the Barber Beefcake versus Booty Man versus the Disciple. So for those of you that don't know, you probably know Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
I didn't know he was the Disciple.
Seriously?
Yeah.
So Brutus the Barber Beefcake, the crazy barber that looks like a hand grenade went off in his pocket, also played Zodiac in WCW, which was the same attire but with white face paint on. And I'm guessing that's a play off the Zodiac Killer, which we should definitely be doing wrestlers based off of mass murderers.
Yeah.
Booty Man was also the same thing, but without the face paint.
Why wasn't Zodiac and Seven a tag team?
And then the Disciple was Hogan's like right-hand man, because in real life, Brutus is Hogan's little right-hand man crony. So it's a 4-way match. And I'm giving the win to the Disciple because he's the only one out of the 4 that actually looked tough and was in shape.
So forgive me, I was thinking Disciple as one of the guys from the Ministry.
No. I'm talking about Hogan's silent enforcer. Yeah.
All right, that's pretty bad. I mean,
it's unwatchable.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake is extremely overrated.
Insanely overrated.
As a worker. All right, that's pretty bad. The thing you have going is the 4-man.
Yeah.
So there's going to be some action going on. There's going to be a lot to call.
It's going to be all 4 of them playing to the crowd, doing the sleeper and the scissors motion.
Yeah, but you're going to be fucking pumped.
not a move done in the first 20 minutes.
Well, there's not going to be a move done in the first 20 minutes of this match because 1, they're huge. And cardio's terrible, and 2, the match is going to last the entrance because my mid-card title, my bad mid-card title, is Mabel versus Viscera.
Ugh. God.
How long does that match last?
10 seconds, 20 seconds. I mean, either that or 4 hours.
and I'm going a draw because they both pass out walking up the stairs. End of match.
I just remembered that Viscera's finisher was imitating sodomy.
Was that Viscera or Big Daddy V?
Oh, right.
When he did the velour.
See, you missed an opportunity. You could have had a triple threat. You really missed out on that one. I wish you were as smart as me, but unfortunately you're not. Yeah. Okay, so now we're on to our main events, our co-main events. We're on to our good World Championship match. This is going to be maybe controversial. You might take umbrage, which is a word that I know, with my match.
Isn't that a professor in Harry Potter?
I'm going the best wrestler who ever walked the planet, Macho Man Randy Savage, Madness, versus Bonesaw from Spider-Man. First of all,
Bonesaw's ready.
Bonesaw would still be undefeated today if some Arachnaman knockoff on performance-enhancing drugs didn't come in and end his winning streak. And Macho Man is the best wrestler who ever lived. So I'm going to give this one to Macho Man in a straight match, in a normal match. But if this was a 3-minute challenge, then I would have to go with Bonesaw. But because it's regular, giving it to Macho Man. That's my world title match. Top that.
All right, I will.
You can't.
Because I know you, and I know some of your favorites. I don't even have to look. My main event title match is going to be... No, look.
As he looks. The no-look pass that whiffs and goes out of bounds.
Stone Cold Steve Austin versus the Ringmaster.
Oh, you bastard. God damn it. I was actually a Ringmaster fan. Like, I was in support of the Ringmaster while it was happening. I thought the $1 million belt is still probably my second favorite belt. Ted DiBiase was a great manager. The only thing that stopped me from liking the Ringmaster is the fact that Stone Cold Steve Austin is 1 bazillion times better.
Yeah.
Is still one of my favorite humans on this planet.
So I'm going Stone Cold with the stunner. Of course.
Obviously.
I
And
mean,
the crowd pops, the biggest pop you've ever heard in your
beers
life.
for days.
Yeah.
End of the show.
Damn it. Yeah, well, after Macho Man beats Bonesaw, he's going to hold Elizabeth up on his shoulder, so... and he's going to drink his beer in private.
If Lex Luger has anything to say about
Okay,
it.
all right, let's not go there. Okay. Okay, you took one of my people for my bad championship.
What was that?
Damn it, I have to audible here. Okay, so what I was gonna do, and you stole it from me, was I was gonna do Corporate Kane versus Fake Diesel for my bad title match. As we said, I love Glenn Jacobs. Those two characters are fucking trash. So I'm gonna have to go with my backup plan here, and I'm going. Damn it, I'm gonna go Great Khali versus Dilip Singh. This is going to be the worst wrestling match anyone has ever seen in their entire life. And I'm going to give it to the Great Khali with the French kiss. He's going to win with the French kiss.
All right, that's a pretty bad match. It's pretty unwatchable.
But it is going to have a lot of... So there's that.
All right. Does he have his translator with him?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, mine's going to have some special stipulations because after Mabel and Viscera, there's not going to be a ring. So we are going
they're gonna Big Show and Brock Lesnar the ring.
Sort of. The main event is going to be a sumo match between Big Show and the Giant.
Oh, a sumo match. Wait, a sumo truck or sumo wrestling?
Sumo wrestling.
Okay, all right. Because
I'm not trying to get anyone thrown off a building.
It doesn't matter.
Sumo wrestling, and Akibono runs in and wins the match.
And it's 25 minutes of throwing salt and posturing first. All right, well, that is our cards. I'm going to run through mine real quick, and then you can run through yours. So my good opener was Owen Hart versus the Blue Blazer. And then I had Johnny B. Bad versus Mark Marrow. My tag team matches were the Outsiders versus Razor and Diesel, which steals the whole show. I've got the Natural Disasters versus Shockmaster and the Shark, which made me chuckle just reading it. And then for my mid card, I've got Cody versus Stardust. For my bad one, I've got Zodiac versus Brutus versus Booty Man versus the Disciple. There's a person called Booty Man in real life. And then for my heavyweights, I've got Macho Man versus Bonesaw. And then I've got Khali versus Dilip Singh, which just now made me throw up in my mouth a little.
All right. I'll take your throw up and I'll raise it.
Excuse me?
So for my... would you go good or bad first? I don't know what you did.
Went good first.
Good. We go Chris Benoit versus Pegasus Kid. And bad openers, Kim Chi versus Brooklyn Brawler. For good tag, I got Dudley Boys versus Bubba and Reverend Devon. Bully Ray and Reverend Devon. For bad tag, Big Boss Man. I said one man gang, whatever, I'm mixing it up. Versus Akeem and Big Bubba Rogers. For good mid card title, Big Red Machine versus Fake Diesel. And you called yours a heavyweight. For super heavyweight, I go Viscera versus Mabel.
For my puny heavyweight.
For your cruiserweight. For my main, my good title match, Stone Cold Steve Austin versus the Ringmaster.
Oh, damn, that's good.
And for my bad title match, Big Show versus Giant.
Oh, man. All right. So what we need from you, the listener, is to, if you're on YouTube, get in the comments, let us know who wins, whose card is better, superior, more interesting. I don't know. Which
Which
wins?
one would you rather not... Would you rather watch and rather not watch? I don't...
Who has the better goods and the worst bads?
Yeah, let's go with that.
So we need you to decide who gets this beautiful United States Championship, as I am the incumbent champion and you are the failing who's the person that's not the champion? Challenger. That's the word I was looking for.
This idiot doesn't even know the English language.
You can also get a hold of us on the Instagrams and the Twitters and the Facebooks, and you can let us know.
And Vine.
What? We're on Vine?
I don't know. Is that still a thing?
Yeah. Well, TikTok us a message and let us know who wins this Summer Face-Off Blockbuster SummerFest Challenge card. That's going to look really good on the podcast header, I think.
Are you going to remember all that?
Yeah, absolutely. I have a memory like a steel elephant.
As always, shoot us suggestions if there's anything you want to hear, see. I mean, you can do both.
We are on fire today.
I don't recommend looking at us, but
we are killing it today. I feel it on this one. Stick around if you're on the podcast, because we're going to give you the week's news. It's getting a little less horrible. So there's
a little bit.
Yeah.
If it continues to not make leaps and bounds, we're just going to have to go the real fake good bad news. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll just make it up.
Yeah.
We'll just invent it off the top of our heads. We'll do like Russia and just make up the news.
Yeah.
So stick around if you're on the podcast.
So expect good news this week from the wrestling world. Whether it's real or fake, you're getting some good shit.
You're gonna smile one way or the other. And if you're on the YouTubes, hit that subscribe button. Let us know in the comments what you thought of the show, and we will catch you guys next time. Peace.